Hello folks, welcome to the first episode of the item label Iceberg. Now, if you stumbled across this video yourself, you probably know about itemLabel, but if you're watching this and know nothing about itemLabel, I recommend you stick around for a little bit if it in any way piques your interest. This is my first big YouTube project like this, so please forgive any mistakes I might make. I also want to apologize if anything I'm going to say is wrong. I've had to do a lot of independent research as well as contact others for more information. If you know information that I'm saying, specifically about real companies and people, are wrong, please let me know in the comments, and if needed, I will make a section of the next episode dedicating to reinstating things that weren't right. I want to make this series not only to cover this iceberg, but also to centralize and share information that the community knows about itemLabel, as well as help get newcomers a chance to catch up. So please, sit back, relax, and enjoy. Thank you for tuning in. We'll start this thing off by giving a quick summary of what itemLabel is. An artist who goes by the internet name Mushba founded this web store called itemLabel in January of 2019, and co-owns it to this day. itemLabel claims to be a revenge-based company located in Maryland. This web store specializes in unique fashion, but is most known for their interesting and bizarre collector's plush toys. As well as this, they release free content such as pictures, short videos, music videos, live streams, or even their annual web reports, primarily on the platforms YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch, featuring their merchandise as a means to build community and advertisement. But before we dive into this iceberg, I want to give a few warnings. itemLabel officially has no lore. We'll talk about this in future tiers, but it is important to preface now. There is no ARG or hidden code within all of this. It's simply just an interpretive art piece, and that is what is so cool about it. Of course, itemLabel content does give information about their products and characters, but in the end, every connection in the story, every detail of this universe lies in the headcanon of whatever the viewer in the collective headcanon of the community thinks of. Please do not hold any lore or story against itemLabel. It's just an art project in a cool web store, I promise. I've tried my best to give the common community canon the spotlight, but I will be including my own interpretations and research here and there. This leads to my second warning. This is from my perspective and my research. This isn't me trying to write off all my bad takes as, haha, it's my opinion, shut the hell up, but more I want to let everyone watching this know that I am no way affiliated with itemLabel, and everything in this video series is written by me. I understand that this has to do with a real company, and I really don't want to be the one responsible for a whole brigade of people harassing itemLabel or the people affiliated because it doesn't line up with this one guy's video. All of this is just for fun, so let's keep it that way. Alright, I've been rambling over 3 minutes now, so let's finally start. I'm sure you've all heard Peepees Theme. This is a song by musician and artist EmmaMouse, or Mao, and the video at the time of this recording has over 3 million views on YouTube. Most people's introduction to itemLabel is through their YouTube advertising. This scheme of surreal music videos and advertisements has shown to work well, and people in and out of the community have cited it to be very clever. Peepees Theme can be seen as an advertisement on YouTube. There is certainly a charm about itemLabel music videos. I could describe them as whimsical, surreal, cute, and confusing. We know this video, like most itemLabel music videos, to be filmed in or around the city of Seattle. During the 58-second mark, we can see a phone number of a presumed business. I have crossed out the unimportant bits, but the area code is 425, which is an area code for Seattle. During the 50-second mark, we can see a building with the sign Sacred Heart Catholic Church, which exists around Seattle. This is because of an actual alien who calls himself Jams is located there. Because itemLabel is an alien-inclusive company, Jams works for itemLabel. The location of Seattle specifically doesn't matter too much, just know that if you see any videos that are obviously shot in Seattle, they are from Jams. Also on this frame, we can see Peepee's tag. This is the older tag that belongs to the first few generations or releases of Peepee by itemLabel. This also doesn't matter too much, but it's just fun trivia to know that older Peepee had different tags, and you can also usually tell what era a video is based on the tag. What is interesting about Peepees Theme, and what people might not know, is that the song actually goes on for longer than the video. If you haven't already, I highly recommend you listen to the full version. My guess is that they had to cut it short to fit into YouTube's allowed time slot for advertisements, but the second half goes way harder, in my opinion. believe this is just in reference to the TikTok and YouTube shorts that are published on the respective media pages. The voiceovers for these videos are usually done by jams or a computer-generated voice. These videos range from fine Peepee videos to cooking videos, tips and trick videos, and other skits. These tend just to be for entertainment and often have a little lore in it. Still, they are funny and well made. EmmaMouse, also known as Mao, is a Japanese musician, and they are responsible for a lot of itemLabel music. They have also designed some of the things off the website like donuts and graphic tees. The genre of music that EmmaMouse creates can be labeled as Denpa Song, a Japanese subgenre of Anason. Denpa Song is a type of music that is intentionally strange and catchy. It often includes intentionally off-key vocals and nonsensical lyrics, awkward or strange vibes, and often leaves the listener feeling confused, hypnotized, or brainwashed. Now, I'm not the best music reviewer out there, but their music, especially the music that reflects onto the itemLabel universe, is very creative. Now, I'm gonna go off topic for a bit and talk about the origin of Denpa Song, because it's something I couldn't have not talked about. I'm gonna butcher a lot of these names and words, but Denpa is the Japanese word for electromagnetic wave, but also would be used to describe people who are often daydreaming in their own personal fantasies. In English, think of someone who is in a pipe dream. This idiom is thought to originate from the Fakagawa street murder. On June 17, 1981, Gunji Kawamata would commit this crime and would be tried in court. In court, Gunji would attempt the insanity plea by saying the electromagnetic waves made me do it. Obviously, it didn't work and he would serve life in prison. People would mock his defense and use the word electromagnetic wave or denpa as a synonym for offbeat. I'm no way saying that EmmaMouse or itemLabel was involved in this horrific unfortunate event. I'm just explaining the interesting history of Denpa Song and how offbeat can correlate to the itemLabel universe. EmmaMouse is known for wearing a mask made of what appears to be felt and other fabric. This mask is of an anime person with green hair, and often the hair is decorated with various objects like fish and pins. The mask also has 2 eye holes for the wearer to see out of, as well as holes on the side which EmmaMouse has used to push their hair through. EmmaMouse has gone to say that they wear this mask because their face has nothing to do with their mind. I will leave you with a quote from EmmaMouse themselves, which I personally find inspiring and shows a great deal of what kind of character EmmaMouse is.
I often take rides on my bicycle. It's good for the construction of my brain's world. I think there are other dimensions around us that anyone can easily come and go into. These dimensions may be invisible to you, but are you able to confirm that there isn't a fish with feet standing directly behind you? I don't dream about the fish's existence. I believe that it does exist. If you cannot see or believe it, then I want to make it and show it to you.
On the itemLabel website, if you were to click on any plush and read the description, you would see each plush may differ slightly in appearance, the plush will be slightly different, and your plushie's face might be slightly aligned more or less off-center. It's okay because it's very cute, or something along those lines. This just means that every plush is going to be different in its own way, and it adds some extra fun. For example, the cowpea pattern is going to be different with every plushie. The mouth or beak might be a different shape. I've seen smiles, frowns, both, OO face, and whatever this is. Also, every once in a while, someone will get a crooked Peepee, which I find absolutely adorable. It looks like a dog raising a leg up to pee. We will revisit this idea later with concepts of freaks and Freak Week. Also thought of as Cyclet's Theme, Cyclet Song is a song about Cyclet. The music was made by EmmaMouse, the video is produced by Jams, and the additional footage was taken by Squeever, who is another itemLabel affiliate. This is another typical itemLabel advertising video. It's quirky, it's silly, it's different. I recommend you watch it if you haven't already. It shows some of the personality traits and characteristics that a typical Cyclet has, which includes making your wallet lonely, moving quickly right to left as if to distract us, present everywhere, snack thief, and not leaving your house despite your efforts to remove it. In this video, we see 3 types of Cyclet. We see Cyclet, Dark Cyclet, and Super Cyclet. Cyclet, the plush toy itself, is credited to Guwa Axe and Asako Hoshikawa. I wasn't able to find too much information on them, but they're most likely Japanese artists who are friends of the folks in charge of itemLabel. An interesting lyric worth looking at is, "This is some kind of snack from a distant unseen universe." I can tie this to EmmaMouse's philosophical quote about unseen dimensions. I don't think there is any connection between EmmaMouse and Cyclet, but it's interesting to see where story writers get their ideas from. In addition to funny little plush toys, itemLabel also does clothing items like hats. Their line of sticker hats can be described as a hat with interesting designs or flat colors with Velcro sewn on. itemLabel has sold bucket hats, beanies, and baseball hats with this gimmick. By the way, itemLabel, when referring to Velcro, uses the term hook and loop because Velcro is a copyrighted brand. I just want to clear that confusion, but just know that they are synonymous. The idea to have Velcro on the hat is for the wearer to put their own stickers on. These stickers are patches that have Velcro backing so they can stick to the hat. Stickers is another part of the itemLabel culture because there's a bunch more stuff to collect and show off. They actually had monthly new releases of stickers, but sadly they haven't been keeping up with that. These stickers are usually funny jokes, itemLabel characters, or even just interesting shapes. Dinkle is another itemLabel character that takes the appearance of a pink cat in black shorts, yellow shoes, and a bell on his neck. On the store page, we are given the information, after putting aside his chiptune net label, Dinkle is ready to go solo in LA. In various videos and shorts, it is shown that Dinkle has few friends. He desperately wants people to hear his bell, and he desperately wants attention. We will definitely cover more information about him in later tiers. Weewee is another character in the itemLabel universe. It appears as a Peepee, but with only one body segment, and the tail becoming the antenna. Weewee can be purchased in blind bags. Currently, there are 2 series of Weewee designs. All Weewees have the same rarity to their respective series, except for the silver and gold Weewees and a secret Weewee, which will be mentioned in a later tier. Now would be a good time to mention the canon Peepee life cycle, starting at larva, which we will mention later and more in depth in later tiers. I'm sorry I'm saying that, bear with me, there's a lot of foundation information we gotta go through and I can't possibly explain everything in one episode. Anyway, starting at larva and going to Weewee, then a normal Peepee. So that means, for all intents and purposes, Weewees are juvenile Peepees. In the music video, Night Night Weewee, we receive the information Weewee doesn't know about the crime, it only knows that peanuts are yum and it wants to eat peanuts. So yeah, consider Weewee the toddler version of Peepee. All it does is sleep and eat food to grow. Weewee is often depicted as an innocent or on the verge of losing innocence, which contrasts to its older version, Peepee, which is known to be very criminal-minded. Moly is the last unique type of itemLabel creature that we will be looking at today in depth. Moly could be described to look like a big blueberry with arms and eyes and a bill and a star antenna. Moly, being the mole in this universe, naturally wants to be buried into the ground. In fact, this seems to be its one request of its owner. It doesn't like sunlight or that bad dirty store, which to my knowledge doesn't come up again. The full context of those lyrics is, "It's a little too bright for me, that big cool store in that bad dirty store." I've racked my head against this, but I can't make any meaningful interpretations. If you do, please let me know in the comments. Now, I know that itemLabel doesn't intentionally make every single thing with a purpose, but it's always fun to make your own connections, and maybe you'll think of something that I haven't. Could the big cool store be itemLabel and the bad store be, I don't know, corporate conglomerate such as Amazon, or the other way around? Maybe this is a commentary on late-stage capitalism. Who knows? This one's pretty self-explanatory. Fishcar is another itemLabel character, and it just happens to be the logo. Not much else to it as far as I know. If you've taken a look at the itemLabel web store, you probably were shocked by the existence of Golden Peepee, or more likely shocked by the price tag. Currently, the price of a Golden Peepee is $9,999.00. With that amount of money, you could buy 333 Peepees, you could buy 333 Cyclets, you could buy 666 Weewees. Well, it is clear that Golden Peepee was not meant to be sold. itemLabel has said that a golden Peepee is given out as prizes for giveaways and contests, or maybe sold at lower prices or auctioned for charity. If someone does buy it, we have no idea what to do. But despite this, golden Peepee shows sold out. Perhaps someone bought golden Peepee and itemLabel just decided to take stock off the web source since it wasn't meant to sell there. At least not all the time. Maybe they wanted to take the stock off the web store regardless and no one bought it. Who knows? Either way, this picture will often stare at you on the web store. It's like a ghost of an unobtainable item. It's listed, but it's not truly there despite how real it is. Mushba is an American 2D and 3D graphic designer. From an outside perspective, Mushba seems to be the lead designer for the clothes, hats, and characters, but that is purely speculative based off of Mushba's areas of work in solo and collaborative projects. Mushba has worked with many popular brands and content creators, as well as has had worked on a lot of collaborative projects and art pieces with other artists. Mushba has worked on branding, music videos, media banners, album covers, a lot. If I remember, I'll link their website down in the description. Their art is really interesting, and it's really fun to go through portfolio and see what they've done in the past and who they've worked with and what other projects they've worked on. And there we have it. This video took so much time to make, so I really appreciate those who stuck to the end. I'm not going to ask for subscribers or anything because I know that'll get everyone to roll their eyes, but it would mean so much to me if you left a comment letting me know what you thought about this video. Feedback is golden to me, so I really appreciate it. With that, have a good rest of your day or night, and I'll see you in the next episode of the itemLabel Iceberg. Hey, this is post-recording Spasmodius here. I forgot to mention a huge thank you to Mediocre Mark Productions for actually assembling this iceberg and allowing me to make a commentary series on it. You might hear from him later. We have plans for him to do some voiceovers, but yeah, just again, thank you. Also, it's my birthday if you're watching this on the day it comes out. So yeah, wish me happy birthday if you want, I guess. Okay, bye.